What's up, Totem Pole Nation? Welcome back to Lambo and Matt's World of Sports plus Trey. Today, we are getting into the Niners beating the Lions, or you could put it, the Lions losing to themselves. We'll get into it. It was disappointing. We get to see, a rematch of a Super Bowl from a couple years ago that I don't think anybody wanted to see a rematch to be perfectly honest with you. But we'll get into it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Shout out to Sideline Sports Network as well as the Sideline Sports Network accounts for the Niners and the Lions, which are both scrolling below. Without further ado,
did you think maybe that the Super Bowl was going to maybe involve Taylor Swift and Eminem if the Chiefs and the Lions were in the Super Bowl? But that's just not the case. I respect the city of Detroit and what they've done for the past couple seasons. I mean, the 3 years was hard. All right, they went from 3-13-1 to 9-8 to 12-5 in the NFC Championship game. They hadn't played an NFC Championship game since 1957. It's a very, very long time. But look at this. This is much similar to the Ravens game, but this is scoring 27 unanswered points and only scored a touchdown when I say it mattered, but they messed up here. So when it comes to the Lions, all right, you had the momentum 24-7 at halftime. Why? And you said this, Matt, multiple times on the live stream. Trey, you probably thinking the same shit. Why are you going for it on fourth down? If you just take the points, if you just kick a 46-yard field goal, you maybe be up 27-7. Then you even kick another 46-yard field goal, you may be up maybe about 30-17 after the fumble and stuff like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give credit to the 49ers. They came back and they won. We hadn't seen the 49ers come back from big leads. Like I said, being down by 17 is very huge. But we've seen them in Green Bay come back from 4. But they challenged themselves and they're back down by a big deficit. Brock Purdy tightened up. I'm not saying he's elite quarterback just yet because I don't want to hype the man up. And then what if he's not good next year? So he's not elite, but he did what he's supposed to do by taking him to the Super Bowl. Here's what the 49ers did. They still ran the ball very well. They gave Christian McCaffrey 20 touches. But here's the thing when it comes to the Lions. Why are you up 17 points and stop running the ball? You gashed them. The first half, you were gashing them. You were exposing that 49er defense. This ain't the 49er defense with the D'Amico Ryans when they were locked down and shut down. They got Steve Wilkes. He's been everywhere. But my concern is Dan Campbell. I appreciate the aggressiveness of keep being what you're doing as far as the identity, keep going for it and all that other stuff. But this is how you lost the Cowboys game by going for 4 times, which was unnecessary, and then you lose a big game. Trey, what are your thoughts? And I know Dan Campbell said in the press conference that this may be the last chance, not the last chance, but like maybe the last chance to get close to this point because teams will start to get better. Did the Lions blow their only Super Bowl hopes?
I wouldn't say no. I mean, it's not going to be a cupcake walk. It's not a cupcake walk for anybody. But to say that, I just feel like he was so down from the game. It's like he's just saying that. I don't think he really truly believes that. What I think is they think they're still the 8-9 Lions that have to keep taking these chances and keep proving themselves. You proved yourself. You have 24/7. You have 24/7. The job is to win the game and nothing else. It doesn't matter if you win by 2. You're up 24/7. Just win the game. Going for it on fourth down twice is not winning the game. That is not. You think you're a predator when you're the prey. You had the lead. Keep the lead. When you get the lead, keep the lead. Like, honestly, the 49ers do this to the Chiefs to go down like that. They are coming back. They are not coming back from that. They will not come back if they go down 24/7 to the Chiefs. Because Andy Reid is not going to do that at all. He would never do that. But Dan Campbell, I get he's a player's coach. I feel like everybody on the sideline probably, besides the fans, they were like, let's go for it. I get you excited, adrenaline. But no, just win the game. You have an offense. You have a great offense. I understand you have a great offense. But sometimes let the kicker make his money. Let him make his money.
I'm with you, dude. So, like you mentioned, And if you go on Totem Pole's YouTube channel and you go to last night's live stream and you skip to the last 30 minutes, you'll see me throwing basically a temper tantrum because they were up 14 at this point. A field goal makes it 17. That's a 3-possession ball game on the best team on paper in the NFL. And to just echo what y'all are saying, I was livid, dude. I don't even like the Lions. That's how, egregious this shit was, dude. I don't even like the Lions. But I wanted them to beat the Niners so bad, and I also just want to watch what, in my head, is smart football from the guys that are getting paid tens of millions of dollars to make these decisions. I got you, bro. You're aggressive. You're biting kneecaps. You're doing that's cool. That's cool. This is the NFC Championship game, dude. Why would we not go up 3 possessions on the best team in the NFL? It doesn't make any sense to me. And it's not just that. It's what you said at the beginning as well. Abandoning the run when you have arguably the best running back duo in the NFL. I don't even know if it's really an argument at this point if they're not the best duo or not. I think they pretty clearly are. To go away from that and put it all into Jared's hands so prematurely, because eventually it had to be in his hands because they let the game go that way. But I think it was 4.5 minutes between when I was throwing my little temper tantrum about them not going up 17 to the game being tied. 4.5 minutes. It flipped like that. And I called it on the stream last night as well. As I told you, I was like, dude, they were still up 14 points. I said, I have a bad feeling about this. 4.5 minutes later, the game's tied. It's the same thing we were saying last episode, but times 10. They shot themselves in the foot. And I really think that they lost to themselves. I don't think that the Niners beat them.
Look at that part. So remember the final drive of the Lions, right? They were driving down the field. When they abandoned the run game, I don't know why they ran the ball on 3rd and goal, then called a timeout. Imagine if you just throw the ball, all right, even if you get some type of incompletion, you would have kept all 3 of your timeouts, and you would have made San Fran have to run at least 3 plays. Now, Kyle Shanahan is one of the greatest, play callers as a head coach, obviously, of all time, scheming things up. But the fact that it didn't make sense is to run the ball on 3rd and goal instead of 1st down or maybe 2nd down, and then you have to be forced to call a timeout, and then you get a touchdown on 4th and goal, leaves you with 2 timeouts left. Just imagine one last chance for the Lions if you would have just kept that timeout. Trey, what the fuck did you think of that shit?
When they took the timeout, the game was over. The onside kick never works. It's not something reliable. It never works. If you don't have Young Wei Koo as your kicker, you're not getting an onside kick back. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why would you run. That's when you decided to run though. All the time during the second half, that's the time you decided to run. And then on the back to the 4th downs, if you go 4th down, obviously nobody's going to agree with it. But the fact that you targeted Reynolds twice, he dropped the ball twice, why wouldn't you go to your number 1 receiver? The one with the best hands. Why would you go to Amon-Ra both times? If you're going to do 4th down, that should be your number 1 receiver should get the ball.
Or Laporta.
Yeah,
Laporta was
or
hot.
The tight end Laporta was eating all game.
Yeah, all game. He was hot all game.
The defense, they didn't play. They let a lot of points in the second half. I don't think they played terrible, but they got to wrap up. You play against the 49ers and you don't wrap up. Nobody seems to wrap up against the 49ers. It's hard to tackle them, I guess. But
does this hurt Ben Johnson's chances of possibly being the head coach? He was the top candidate. He was the top guy. He was the top candidate for the Chargers. Then they got Jim Harbaugh. There's only 2 spots left: the Seahawks and the Commanders. Does this kind of screw up the job, or you just don't think he's a right fit for neither of those teams?
I think that the Seahawks are going defense when it comes to head coach. I think it's going to be – honestly, I think it's going to be Dan Quinn, who kind of sucks, but also we just saw what his defense did first round against Jordan Love. So that's kind of I don't know where I stand on that. But I really do feel like Seattle's going to keep that defensive identity, and they're going to try to do that through their head coach. I think Washington just went through a 4-year tenure with the defensive head coach that was the most mediocre run. I can't even say of all time because it's the Commanders. No hate. There is some hate, but no hate. It's been pretty mediocre since we've been alive. So I think that they want to get an offensive guy in there as the head coach, and they don't seem to want Bieniemy. I feel like Bieniemy would already have been hired if they wanted him. So you look around the league, who else is left really? I think Ben Johnson is the clear choice for them.
There ain't nobody else left unless they get
I mean, if they want Vrabel, but it's another defensive guy. I personally think it's insane that Vrabel is not coaching this coming up year.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't think that they want to stick to a defensive, leader.
I also think it won't hinder his opportunity only because this is what's been happening to everybody against the 49ers. If Brock Purdy plays well, they put up a lot of points on defenses, on great defenses. So I feel like that's just part of the game right now because Kyle Shanahan, he's a genius. Everybody's been getting that work from that offense,
Did you see who the Eagles hired as their offensive coordinator?
Kellen Moore. Well, I mean, the other offensive coordinator was better.
I thought it was funny.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, for context, Trey's an Eagles fan, so
Lord.
You just had to do that to them, man.
I just had to bring it up.
Oh my god!
I just had to bring it up. And look, hey, maybe running 1,000 hitch routes a game will work for the Eagles. It obviously didn't work for us. It didn't work in LA. We'll see. You think this is Sirianni's last chance? Because I feel like he was pretty close to getting fired.
I wish we had two head coaches. I wish we'd have put Vrabel and Sirianni together. I wish we had a tryout. That's what I want.
Vrabel in Philly.
That's what I really want. I wanted Vrabel.
Vrabel as defensive coordinator would probably be better. Is it Sirianni's last year? No, I think Sirianni was way better than Doug Peterson.
Yeah, fair enough. But Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he did.
Well, then Sirianni got to the Super Bowl. I mean, he got there in the second year.
A.J. Brown left. He left the Titans for a reason because he wasn't getting the ball. And Vrabel's offense, super receivers don't get it like that.
I think the Eagles will be fine for context, but they need to hire Frank Wright again, who was, if you hire Frank Wright, it's like at the quarterbacks coach like they did. I think back when he was with the Colts. If you have that type of thing, I think the Eagles will be fine. But it just comes down to consistency against, don't have a hot start and then collapse. I mean, I don't know.
Hey, I mean, if you make Carson Wentz good, he should definitely have a job somewhere.
Yeah.
And Carson
Wentz
is no longer in NFL.
I got you.
That's why the NFL said not for long.
Yeah,
Lord.
But this is it for Lambo and Matt's World of Sports. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Total Pole Nation. We appreciate you, Sound Sport Devil, for the platform. Adios. Y'all have a great day.